Hi guys, how are you? I wanted to share a little bit about color personalities today. I am Lindsay Jewell. I am a MMM in this page, one of your leaders in this page, and I realize we always refer to these color personalities and everything like that, but we never have, well, if we have, it was a long time ago. We haven't in a long time talked about all of the color personalities that there are for network marketing. Of course, there's all those tests you can take that are tell you what your personality is and stuff like that. So yeah, there's color personalities, but if any of the things I say don't make sense, just know that I'm talking about the color personalities of network marketing. So I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna assume the average person is gonna catch the replay, so I don't wanna waste anybody's time if you're on right now. I'm going to show you the book I am talking about and where I'm getting all of my information from. It's on my iPad, so I'm trying to bring up the cover. I didn't turn it around, but anyway, this is what the book looks like. If you guys are looking for the book that I am referencing, I know it's backwards, but it says the 4 color personalities for MLM, network marketing. And then it says the secret language for network marketing. The author is Tom Big Al Schreiter. So you can look that up. Just look up color personalities, Big Al. Hi, Trin. How are you guys? Hey, Abby. Hey, Pam. Hey, Eleanor. All right, guys. So, okay, so that's the book I'm talking about. If you guys want to get the book, I'll probably reference it again at some point. Let's talk about color personalities, what they are. We're going to talk about what they are. So that's where I'm going to start now. I'm not going to go too in depth because it's pretty general. And if you want a really in-depth thing, get this book. It's got to be $5 if that. The Kindle version's probably even cheaper. And then it gives you the more in-depth thing. I'm not going to give you the whole entire book, but at the same time, it's only 100 pages. It's such a quick, easy read, and I highly recommend it. So grab the 4 color personalities of network marketing, and now we're going to get into it. Okay, so there are 4 colors. There's red, there is yellow, there is green, and there is blue. And again, if this is different from any test you've ever taken, just know this is for network marketing. So red people, they are in charge. They love to be in charge. They love bottom line results. They're are you going to get to work? Let's do this. What are you going to do? They are straight to the point. I pulled up a quick little graph on Google of the different kinds. So red is competitive, they're demanding, they're determined, they're strong-willed, they're purposeful, they're motivated, they are, you know a red when you meet a red. Greta is a red. I strive to be a red. I will never be a red, but I would love to be a red. Sam, Kelly is a red. You guys, we have a lot of reds on our team, and I love reds solely because I'm jealous of them. Hey, Jessica. Okay, so, and then the next color. So as I'm listening, think about what color you are, okay? And we're going to get into that. And then I'm going to tell you why this actually matters and how you can have more successful conversations by knowing all of this information, okay? So reds are those strong, powerful, competitive, those types of people. Our blues are our partiers, our socializers, those people that they can walk into the room and strike up a conversation with anybody. Those people that you're if you tell them, we don't necessarily do parties over here, but you can, and they're you can? Well, tell me more. Those types of people that love to party, love people, all of that, that is a blue. And you could be a combination of colors, okay? And then there is yellow, which is me. I was mostly I would say I was 90% yellow before, and now I think it's dwindling as much. But yellows are people that are helpers, people that are I don't want to ruin everything I'm about to teach you guys, so I'm going to go to all these examples, but I'm going to get to that. So people that are focused on relationships, people, they have a hard time making decisions because they're no, you make the decision, we'll go wherever you want to go. Those types of people, those are yellows. And okay, so and then greens are our cautious people, hey Greta, people that love to read everything, that love all of the rules. I am half green. If you ask me anything about policies and procedures, I'm here you go, do, there we go. I already know everything. I love rules. The second a promotion rolls out, I don't even go to Facebook. I go straight to the email and read the rules. That's a green, right? Okay, so we have red, the powerful, determined, fierce people. Blue, the socializers, the partiers, all of those. And then yellow, the helpers. and green, the researchers. So we'll just go with those things. All right, so how are we going to use this? If you were talking and you realize what color you are, throw it in the comments. Greta, if you're still on here, tell us what you are. I know you know what you are. You're red. I just kind of said that, but do you have any other side colors? I'm yellow and green, so that's where I'm at. But so what is your color? If you throw it in the comments, if you're watching, and now let's take it to the next level, because it doesn't matter that I'm yellow and it doesn't matter that I'm green. I know my strengths, and I know that I'm gonna read all the rules, and I know that I'll go read the rules for everybody else because I'm yellow, like that type of thing. You can totally be all of them a little bit. And at the very end, with like blue. Oh, you have blue in you, Greta? That's so interesting. Okay, Jessica, yes, you could totally be all of them. At the very end, I'll give you guys a link. Whenever I get off, I'll give you guys a link if you want to actually see the percentages of each one. I think everyone has a little bit of sprinkles, but there's usually two primary ones. But except Chelsea Washington, who's on our team, that test she's taken multiple times. It's 25, 25, 25, 25. So you could be all of them. But again, so here's back to why it matters, because how are you going to use this? You are going to use this to identify your potentials and see how you can talk to them and how, okay, so how you can talk to them and things like that. And then after that, I'm going to talk to you about how you can go, this can benefit your team. All right. So if you are talking to a potential and so let's start with a VIP. This is the only VIP reference I have, is this. You'd be able to tell they're red and you would want them to be straight into the business like instantly, is if you're talking to a VIP and they start asking you how much money you're making off of their purchases, they want in this business and they're red, and you need to talk to them about this business. That's the easiest way to identify a red VIP. I think that's the only VIP thing I'm going to cover. But if someone is like, hey, how much are you actually making on this? Or how much did it cost you to sign? Like those types of things. I've had so many people do that. People are like, well, if I sign up and I refer somebody, like you guys get the picture. I've had that happen, and I'm like, okay, you need to be a market partner. But so if you're talking to a potential market partner, you want to be able to speak their language. And that's what this is all about, is speaking their language and using it to your advantage. So if you're talking to someone, Greta was, I'm sure Molly and Melinda, so Greta and Molly were talking to Melinda, and she was asking all of these questions. Melinda knows, she is like 99.9% green. So this is like the easiest example. I'm sure when Melinda was, Melinda Fit, who is a director on this team, I'm sure when she was signing up, she was like, well, you say you have clinical trials. Can I see them? You say that you have a list of no's. Can I see them? You say you have this. Can I see it? You say this in the ingredients. Can I see a bottle to prove that? Like, those are the greens, the people that are asking those questions, and you want to speak their language. If you start being like, okay, but you can make all this money, and oh, you can help all these people, and oh, we have a gratitude program. They don't care. They don't. Oh, she's so red. Okay, she's red also. That's awesome that she's red and green. I didn't know that. Greta just said that in the comments. So she's red and green. So she's going to be fierce and know all the rules and like just know everything. So, oh yeah, she signed up to get into Vegas. So you guys, that's actually the best example ever. She was probably asking all of these like scientific questions, like looking for the research, but knew she was signing up for Vegas and she was going to make it. So she had this like competition of the red mixed with the green of like doing her due diligence of researching and all of that stuff. So when you're having these conversations, if you're talking to someone and they're like, hey, do you guys like do events or anything like that? And you're like, well, we don't have to, but you can. And they're like, oh, thank God we can. That's a blue. And you're going to want to start talking about events. You're going to want to talk about conference. You're going to want to talk about all of the different things that involve people. So that's where that comes from. You know what I mean? And then, so I think I wrote down parties, does it help? Okay, so charity, money, like what's the comp plan? That's probably a red and green type person, but if they're asking like, what's the money you're making, that's a red. So now you know when you're talking to a potential, you can adjust your conversation to them. You're gonna start talking comp plan to a red and how the smart start. You're gonna start talking the gratitude program to a yellow and how we're actually helping people repair their hair and getting their hair back, and we're changing people's confidence and changing people's lives, and you can help change people's lives. That's a yellow. And then a blue, the party example I gave you, and green, the other example. So now let's get into once they sign up. I'm going to wrap this up. It's not going to be too much more because I think you guys grasp the concept by now. But once they sign up, they are I'm trying to think. Okay, here's the example right off the top of my head. Every time, so once they're on your team, how do you talk to them? How do you motivate them? How do you check in with them? A green probably doesn't really need you. If they need something, they're gonna figure it out themselves, and if they need something, they'll come to you. So that's a great thing about a green, because they're gonna figure it out. But a blue probably likes to talk a lot and probably likes the check-ins, and probably is like, okay, when's the next event you're planning? What's going on? Like, what are you doing with that? Are you going to this Meet Mon 8 that we have in Portland? Ashley just popped on, so I say that. So, you know, those types of things, like the blue, you're gonna talk to them, and then maybe they'll get motivated by like, hey, maybe I'll fly out there and host a Meet Mon 8 if you go MMB in 2 months or 3 months or whatever it is. Figure out what motivates them, like a party would motivate a blue, or just the socializing and all of that. For me, I'm yellow. So it's like, how do you do that? You make it about everyone but them. So when Sam, who is my upline, messages me, she says, what does your team need from me? She never ever is like, how are you? Like, or I mean, she is like, how are you? But like, that's not her main goal. Like, of course she's, how are you? But like that, she's not like, what's going on? She's like, what does your team need? Does your team need a Zoom? Does your, like, whatever it is, like, she's always like, what? She knows that I want it to be about everybody else instead of myself. So just another way to talk to a yellow. A red, if you're gonna do any contests with cash, any contest, you literally could be like, hi, you win this quarter full bottle of water for a red, and they're like, what do I have to do? Reds are crazy and love competition. I don't like competition. If I come in last place, I'm like, I had fun, cool, all right, we're good. I don't care about competitions. No competition will ever motivate me as a yellow. I don't know if that's a personal thing or just a yellow thing, and green, but like, I really wish I had red so I could be motivated by that. So yeah, so that's basically it. Speak their language, whether it's your potential or your team. Thank you, Christy. Yes, Greta would love to win this water bottle. If I was like, go sign 3 VIPs and you'll win this, she's like, all right. Like, if it's like, okay, whoever does it first wins this, like, that's just how reds are. They're just competitive like that, and you have to know that. And I'm a yellow, so I don't even think that way. So I have to go out of my way to think that way for Greta, for Chelsea, who's red, those types of people. So my wrap-up notes: know what you are, because you'll be aware of the way you're reacting to things, and you'll be aware of, like, if you find a fellow yellow, you're like, oh yeah, I totally get you, you totally get me, that type of thing. So know where you are, but really make this about everybody else. This is like, understanding this is all about making about everyone else and understanding everybody else. So you can even use this outside of work, you know what I mean? You can use this in real life experiences if you're just tuning into people and like marking things like, oh, you just said like you went and helped your grandma, and you were like, you love helping your grandma because of whatever. Like Katie, who is on our team, Katie Chamberlain, she is an amazing nurse to her father, unfortunately. And it's like, you know, she's yellow, but she also is so red. So it's like, I can tell by the way she carries herself and the way she runs her life, taking care of her father, she's yellow. So those types of things. So just be aware. And then the final thing is, speak the language of the person you're talking to. And then my call to action, telling you guys what to like take away from this, is, one, if this interests you, and even if it doesn't, like, I think this book is like a great first or second book for anyone who signs up. So it's a great place to start. So one, go get the book if it interests you. I'm trying to get the Kindle pulled up again so I could show you guys. And then the second thing is, just be mindful of the conversations you have. This is the book, Big Al Schreiter. It's 100 pages or so. I only have it on this, but all of his books are super short and $5 or so, probably cheaper for the Kindle version. I bought this like 5 years ago, so I literally don't even know. So anyway, you guys, I know that's backwards, but hopefully it helps a little bit. Hopefully this helped. Throw your colors below. If you're like, what would this person be? They're saying this and this. We'll help you out, whatever it is. Or grab this book and see if you can figure out more. It's definitely more intense. This guy's actually a green, so it's a good book because it's very detailed. So, all right, guys. And it's pros and cons of both colors. So it's like, pros, they'll do this, da da da. And final thing, Yes, Ashley has said this is a great book for someone starting out in network marketing. I agree 100%. It's like GoPro, this book, and Get Over Your Damn Self. Those need to be read in your first like 90 days, I swear. But what was the final thing? Oh, the link. I'll throw the link in the comments. It takes some time. It's it's one of those quizzes. So it takes a little bit of time, but they'll email you your results, but like, don't do anything after that. I don't know what's after that. I'm sure they try to sell you something or something. Don't do anything after that. Just take the quiz to figure out your colors. Post them here if you take your quiz. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Hope this helped. Have a great day and good night.